Hey guys, what's up? It's Josh here, back with another Kansas City Chiefs related video, and today I wanted to discuss the morning news that just came out. As I'm recording this, I just found out, I don't know, half an hour ago. Haven't been up for all that long, but the Chiefs have released starting tackles Eric Fisher and Mitchell Schwartz. So this move comes as a bit of a surprise, although it probably shouldn't have, because I myself came to a point towards the end of last season that the team was probably going to cut both Fisher and Schwartz just because they have fairly large cap hits, and both of them were coming off career-threatening injuries. And I was like, well, I mean, it just makes too much sense to not cut them, and you got 8 draft picks now with the compensatory picks being added. You got big chance to add some talent to the offensive line, and then with all the veteran cuts, the Chiefs could pick someone up for cheaper that might be serviceable at those positions. So it was like, I feel like we all should have seen this coming from a mile away. But the one thing that kind of made me surprised this morning when this news came out was the fact that Brett Veach had that press conference like 1 or 2 weeks ago where he discussed, kind of the team's plans for this offseason, and he said that he expected Eric Fisher and Mitchell Schwartz to be ready by week 1, and it was like, whoa, that's pretty bold to think they're both going to be ready by week 1. I mean, those are some major injuries. Eric Fisher just came off a torn Achilles, and he's going to be ready by week 1. I was skeptical, but it was like, okay, well, if that's true, then it kind of gives us flexibility with what we want to do this offseason, because that way you don't have to worry about addressing both tackle spots. Like that was comforting to me. I was like, okay, well, if they're this confident, then yeah, I'm fine with keeping them. But no, I mean, they're gone. It's weird. I mean, Brett Veach was just saying that 1 or 2 weeks ago, and now he just cut both of them. And like I said, we probably should have seen it coming from a mile away. Maybe that whole press conference was just a smokescreen. I don't know. Although I'm not sure what advantage it would give you to keep that kind of thing a secret. I don't know. But my thoughts now are, well, the Chiefs were about $20 million over the cap, and these two moves together almost completely wipe out that deficit. This is nearly $20 million in cap space created. There's going to be a few restructures and maybe a couple other cuts coming pretty soon that are going to get the Chiefs to that $20 million number, but this is like 90% of it right here. So that's huge. It's a hard move to make, but it's one that's going to save the team money for sure. And now I just kind of want to give my thoughts on Fisher and Schwartz's kind of legacies here. I'm going to start with Eric Fisher because I'm not a huge fan of Fisher, and this one's going to be easier for me to talk about. Eric Fisher was not a great number 1 overall pick. People will say, he's rounded into form and he's actually become a solid left tackle. Not really, in my opinion. I just never really saw that. I thought he gave up a lot of pressure. I thought part of the reason Mahomes was so great was because he's really great, making throws on the run and rolling out. And part of the reason he had to roll out so much was because he had Eric Fisher on the left. And Eric Fisher was also bottom 3 in the league this past season in blown pass blocks. I think Fisher, he'll have his plays where, he's really impressive. He'll have his little streaks where he's really impressive, but the problem is he's inconsistent with that. And the problem is it just wasn't worth keeping him coming off a torn Achilles. I mean, the dude probably was not going to play this next season, despite what Brett Veach said. And it just made too much sense to not cut him. But Eric Fisher, I've just never really been impressed with him. And people will talk about how the Chiefs were undefeated last year on their Super Bowl run with Eric Fisher in the lineup, but I think that was more a testament to just how awful Cam Erving was. I think Cam Erving was so bad that he kind of made people think Eric Fisher was this great left tackle whenever he came back. I'm not going to call Eric Fisher a great left tackle. I think that's a stretch. It just is. I have never been that impressed with Fisher, and people will be like, look at the rest of the draft class, how it turned out. Fisher was actually a good pick. Well, not really. I mean, the Chiefs could have taken DeAndre Hopkins. There were some other players on the board that the Chiefs could have taken. Whatever. Eric Fisher, we won a Super Bowl with him on the roster, so I guess I kind of have to be thankful for that because at least Irving wasn't our left tackle that year, right? Otherwise, I don't think we would have won the Super Bowl. But, I mean, even in the Super Bowl, Eric Fisher got worked by Nick Bosa and allowed 12 pressures in that game. Like, that's terrible. I mean, it just is. Now, he might have been better than Mike Remmers was this past Super Bowl. Y'all may be right when you say that. But to me, it's just whatever at this point. Like, Eric Fisher being cut, it just had to be done. But Mitchell Schwartz, on the other hand, this one kind of sucks, and I think kind of some of my hate for Eric Fisher is kind of overshadowing my sadness for Mitchell Schwartz getting cut, because Mitchell Schwartz stated that he was going to be healthy and planned on coming back in 2021 after getting back surgery, and that he was really close to coming back this past season, but just wasn't quite there enough to be able to actually come back. So this one sucks, and Mitchell Schwartz, I thought, still maybe had a little bit left in the tank, and having a veteran anchor on the offensive line like Schwartz was vital going into next year, but instead you're going to be replacing both tackle spots, and that's a tall task for Brett Veach, but if he has the guts to make this move, I think he has a plan. I think maybe he might be looking at all the veteran cuts around the league, like I mentioned earlier, and just being like, hey, maybe we'll be able to replace them for cheaper and, save money and address other positions, whatever. So these moves, like, I shouldn't be surprised, but I am a little bit. But Mitchell Schwartz leaving really sucks. Eric Fisher, it's whatever to me. But overall, this move, not a huge surprise. But, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you agree, disagree, if you're surprised, what do you think of the moves? I don't know. I love talking football, so leave a comment and maybe we can have a discussion about it. But, that's it for this video, guys. Just wanted to get a quick reaction out. Make sure you check out www.showmefootball.com for more, and I'm also a contributor at arrowheadaddict.com now for Fansided, so make sure you check out my stuff there. But that's all I got for today. Peace.